Mr. President, the thing is that a lot of technology is being thrown into the market, and governments are very keen to be on board. As you said, we want to be part of the race. But who is creating guardrails? Who is making sure that this is not causing harm? Because there is real harm being caused.
I think that there should be global regulation. I think we shouldn't regulate things only locally because the innovation is global. We need partnerships between private and public stakeholders, and that the right behaviors are encouraged. So I think that people should say when something has been created by AI. So the French press agency is signing an agreement with Mistral on this. And tomorrow we are announcing this public-private partnership. That's why I think that gradually we need to make sure that public and private players recontextualize all of this and that they say very clearly this is AI and this is not. So it's great for artists to use AI. Tomorrow you'll see here a creation by Agoria. So if you're able to use it and say that you did, that's a good thing, and you should protect intellectual property. If a journalist uses it, it's a good thing. But they need to be clear that they did.
Are you putting the onus of that censorship or regulation on the people, just like you did with social media, that they need to do this?
I think that it needs to be governments around the world who do it voluntarily. But you know, tomorrow, who will be here? There will be political powers, but there'll also be tech players, and they've become states in their own right, in a way. Why was it so hard for social media to regulate social media? What would these people say? They would say, no, we don't want to regulate. And look what's happening in the US. You're right, and that's a challenge. What's the challenge for Europe? We all agree with what you're saying, but if you regulate before you innovate, then there's no innovation. You can say we have great regulation in Europe, but we don't have innovation. But sometimes a ban is not the answer. Yes, if we do that, we won't innovate, and that's the problem. So don't ban, but do regulate. Well, the first battle for us as Europeans is invest, invest, invest. And I hope we will talk about it, because we have very big announcements to make for France and Europe. But I also believe we need to regulate, and that is our fight on social media as well. In 2017, I fought against hate speech, anti-Semitism and racism on social media, and people defending terrorism on social media. Do you think it's being fast enough? No, it's not. But in 2017, with Theresa May, after the terrorist attacks, everybody said, free speech, let's not regulate. But then there was the Christchurch terrorist attack, where using social media, a terrorist filmed the attack. And here in Paris in 2019, we launched the Christchurch call, and we succeeded. Within 1 hour, we could remove terrorist content, even on American platforms.
So social media today is safer because they have removed fact checkers. So with all of that you've done.
Now you're talking about something a little different. One, we managed what we call the golden hour, which means that within 1 hour we can remove terrorist content. In Europe, we have a regulation, we have done it, we have implemented it, and it's going to change, right? Yes, in Europe, platforms have a responsibility when they disseminate hate, anti-Semitism or racism. But the US is not doing it. The Chinese are not doing it. India is still thinking about it. So actually, we're at the cutting edge in Europe. And we are trying to push for moderation. But you are right, that platforms said, we don't want to moderate. That's politics. We're all about free speech. Well, they're wrong. Why are they wrong? Because behind social media and in AI too, there are algorithms, and these algorithms help you do incredible things, but they always have biases, and so they need to be transparent so that you can verify them. And they need to be transparent for all. All that to say that there's a huge challenge, a huge regulatory challenge, and that is why with Canada we have a global partnership for AI. And India chaired it last year, actually. But that is work that we need to do at a global scale. And in Europe, we're pioneers. But we need to involve everyone, because we cannot regulate just in one geography.